Buddy, thank you for. Oh, there we go. Never mind. We'll wait for that. So, thank you everybody for joining for the National Mentoring Month 2021 kickoff. Welcome here. As everything in 2020 and 2021 now has been, it's going to be a little different this year than it has been in past years, with everything happening virtually over Zoom, and just trying to promote things over social media since we can't be together in person. Um, but wanted to just bring some folks are joining here, so we'll let them hop in. Um, just wanted to highlight sort of, we'll go through this in a minute, but just highlight really appreciate the work that you all as mentoring coordinators have been doing around the state. And so I know National Mentoring Month is really meant to celebrate the amazing work that mentoring is doing throughout the state, that mentoring programs are doing, and mentoring coordinators and mentors themselves. Um, but just really something that from Mentor Vermont's perspective, it's been amazing to see you all take on this pandemic and over the last 10 months and adjust quickly to meet the needs of families, to make sure that youth and families are having their basic needs met, sometimes even going beyond what we'd consider general mentoring. Seeing staff increase the support that mentors need during this time and supporting mentors so that they can be there for the youth that they serve and that youth can lean on the supportive relationships they have. And also just continuing to adjust as the pandemic adjusts and how we interact with one another. We've had some starts and stops with in-person mentoring, trying to figure out how to do recruiting and training during this time. It's really been inspirational to watch you all take that on, and really appreciate all the amazing work you've done. Because we know that mentoring right now is more important than ever. And that we've seen that from the surveys that programs administered to youth this summer, that during the pandemic, youth said that their mentors were people that someone they could depend on to be there for them, someone that provided them a safe space to express their feelings, and someone that made them just feel less alone during this difficult time. And so I just wanted to take a moment there just to really thank you all for the great work you do and continue to do, that has come to light even more so during the pandemic. But with National Mentoring Month here, we want to highlight that great work that you do always and during the pandemic, and raise awareness of folks of what to the rest of Vermont, so that people can be aware of what's going on and how to get involved. So during this time, I just wanted to go through. We're going to recognize the Vermont Mentoring Month sponsors, go through the schedule of the month and the events we have, talk a little bit about the statewide marketing and the resources that you all can tap into. We're recording this, so it'll be up on the hub as well if you have to duck out, and for folks that can't make it. So let's see. I sometimes enjoy with PowerPoint getting a little fancy here. So, the National Mentoring Month sponsors. So I appreciate Stephanie's face with that. So we have Comcast once again as the ambassadors and mentoring sponsor. Our legislative lunch sponsor is Community Bank NA. Our Thank Your Mentor Day / week sponsor is Redstone. And then we have the Vermont mentoring sponsors, month sponsors of Cabot and M. Krause and Company. And then the mentoring supporter sponsors, Community National Bank, Concept 2, Heritage Aviation, NFP, Vermont Federal Credit Union, Vermont Gas, and Local Muscle Movers. So we really appreciate them supporting us. A lot of these are longtime supporters in supporting mentoring throughout the state. So thank you to our sponsors. No more fancy graphics, unfortunately, but we wanted to hop into events. So you all are at the event right now, the first one there. So thank you for joining us. As I mentioned earlier, to some folks that were on before, this probably won't go to 11:30, but definitely want to have time for you all to see what's going on and learn, and also have time for questions at the end here. So we'll have a legislative lunch, which I'll get into more of the details soon. The ambassador of mentoring is still trying to get scheduled with Comcast with when it will work for the recognition event. We have the Thank Your Mentor Week at the end of the month, and then the summit as well. So just to go into some details for the legislative lunch, our hope really is that this is an opportunity for us to tap in even more to legislators than we have been able to do in the past, just because they're all going to be at home, from my best of my understanding, that the legislators meeting remotely mostly. So my hope is that we can get some folks there. What we're really looking at this is a 45-minute quick sort of introduction, state of mentoring in Vermont for legislators that attend, and then utilizing breakout rooms so that coordinators that are able to attend and also potentially have some mentors and mentees, if coordinators are able to get them present, to break folks out into their areas. So if we have a state senator from Chittenden County, having all the mentoring programs in the Chittenden County area together, just to have some time to share what's going on um, in their local area and answer questions. From what we've done during the in-person event, this seemed to work well during the lunch. So we're hopefully we can replicate it in a way that might even get more folks there. Um, we're going to send out more details with an invite graphic to you all on the 8th, so on Friday, with an email template. And then what we're really looking to do is have you all invite your legislators so that they actually are more inclined to come than getting an email from Mentor Vermont. And also so that we don't end up with legislators attending with no one from programs in their area, because that then makes it feel a little awkward for them. So the invites are going to come from you all, and we'll provide you the details. And then you should just let us know if you plan on coming, and then so we can set up the breakout rooms in advance. From there, ambassadors and mentoring, if you haven't submitted your recommendation or your nomination yet, we've extended the deadline to end of the day Monday. It's not that heavy a lift, and we really see this as a great way to raise awareness, highlight the benefits of mentoring, and really encourage people to get involved. We'll be posting all the nominations. Once again, this is we've adjusted this from your all's feedback about this not being a competition, but more just a way to highlight your program and the great work. We realize that sometimes it still can be difficult nominating one match, but the hope really is that it's just highlighting an amazing match, not just the mentor, but a match as well, just to highlight the great work that's going on in your program. And this will help us get it out through press releases, through social media, through our website, and our newsletter throughout the year. So we'll do some type of recognition event with Comcast to have the matches present. The idea right now is to have that be an late afternoon after school is out, so the mentees can actually attend, and hopefully folks can duck out of work a little early at 4:30, but have it be a short event recognition from Comcast. So if you haven't nominated someone, please do. If you have questions, we can talk about it at the end, but Benji is heading that up, and he can also field any emails that you have. Thank Your Mentor Week. So at the end of the month, we're gonna try to highlight folks with the Thank Your Mentor week here. So really an opportunity to have mentees thank mentors. We feel this really needs to boil down to having program coordinators take the lead on this. And I realize it's a busy month and there's a lot on your plate. My hope is that some coordinators may already have some of this gathered. And if not, it's a great opportunity to set up a structure where you all can actually thank your mentors from your mentees. But the idea of having mentees provide a quote about why they appreciate their mentor, and then for you all to be able to share a picture of the mentor and the mentee together, and share that with us. And then we'll populate a page on our website where all the pictures and your logo of your organization will be there. And then if someone clicks on one of these pictures, it'll pop up with the quote and the picture next to it. So people can have an interactive sort of way to look at it. And then for folks that are able to provide COVID-friendly pictures, we'll promote them on social media as well. We realize that not everybody's able to. If your match is doing phone meetings only or email, might not be able to do that. But we want to make sure with social media that we're promoting the reality right now. So we'll have an email. We're waiting for the deadline of the summit registration and also the deadline for the ambassadors to end before we send it out, so we're not overloading you all. But we'll have an email with details about that and maybe a template for what you can send out. But the hope is that we can really get a lot of thank you nominations or thank yous coming in from mentors, from mentees, from program coordinators that we can get up on our website towards the end of the month here. The summit, if you haven't registered yet, once again, if you register between now and the end of the day on the 11th, it is paid for by Mentor Vermont from the A.D. Henderson Foundation funding that we have. So please do. It's totally a new experience for me as well, what it's going to be like during a virtual summit. I think one of the aspects of the summit that I'm hoping we can figure out how to replicate is really just the feeling of how many folks are involved in this field throughout the country and how passionate people are. And I think it's a great thing to see, and I'm hopeful that comes across with this. But there's going to be some great workshops, and even if you can't attend everything, we still want you to register. We hope that folks can attend as much as possible, but we also realize that it's hard to get away from everything when you're not physically away from everything. So please do register by the end of the day on Monday. Statewide marketing. So we have some funding. We've done some radio ads. So if you're listening to VPR or the Star 92.9 radio station, you should hear some of our advertisements just promoting mentoring and really encouraging people to get involved. We're going to be doing some boosting on Facebook and Instagram. Ambassadors and mentoring, like I talked about, and then the governor's proclamation will have and probably promote. We're trying to see if we can get a video from the governor or not that would go along with that. And then we have the House resolution as well. With resources, I just wanted to highlight this. We're going to try to do some technological stuff here and see if this opens up on my screen to go over to our website here, just to highlight what we have for you all on our website that you can grab. So we have all the different activities that you can see that I mentioned and that you can attend. Our sponsors are up there that you can see the sponsors. Dates to know, so that gets into even a little bit more of I'm a Mentor Day, which is tomorrow, but other things that you might want to know about. But then we have sample for folks that are doing social media, the sample graphics. We have sample posts that you can use as well. And then I'm really excited about the fact that we have some campaign videos. So for those of you that have checked out our Facebook or follow Mentor National, there's a video which I'm going to not show over Zoom because it never works out as well as it should, that you all can be using and promoting as well. And then we have a Vermont made video as well that we're really excited about that we're going to launch on the 14th. So after this one has a chance to really get hold, we're going to put out a Vermont specific, get involved with COVID friendly video, showing matches with social distancing, with masks outside, and showing a match doing the Zoom meeting as well. That will have out there for you all to use to promote your programs and just ideally help with recruitment as well. And then beyond that, we have the sample social media posts, so you can even cut and paste things, and then key stats and whatnot, and more about the campaign. So we hope that you all take advantage with that. And with anything, if you have questions with this, just reach out to us. We're happy to help. But that's really all that we had to share with you all. So I will. I'll take off the screen share and we can have time for if anybody has questions, and we'll go from there. So I think everybody has the ability to unmute yourself, and that's enough of me talking. So anybody have any questions?
Great overview, Chad. Thank you.
Great. Benji, anything else you want to add?
Nope, I think that's a good overview.
Great. Well, I appreciate you all joining, and for folks that are viewing this later, thanks for viewing it. And I really appreciate all the work that you all are doing in your own communities to make mentoring happen. So reach out and let us know if you need help with anything, and we'll be in touch with all those resources that we sent out, and check out the website and the hub. All right, everybody. Have a good one.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye.